Alrighty guys, the new bumper for midnight just came, and it is in this box right here. You can see it is from TYGER. It's actually the same company that, or same brand as the tonneau cover that I got for my truck. And I just happened to be roaming around and just happened to find this bumper. It's a really affordable off-road type bumper. This is not for a 2002 Silverado. This is actually for, I believe, a 2007 to 17 or 18, I think, 1500. So this thing is not going to just bolt on. If it did bolt on, I would be very surprised, but I don't think it will. I'm going to have to do some modification to this thing, but it's such an affordable bumper that, you know, I had to pick it up and give this thing a try. The bumper I have on the truck right now, this is actually, it's a 2010, I believe, 2010 2500 bumper, and this thing did just bolt on. It did not come with this body style, but the bumper does fit, and it will just bolt on without any modifications whatsoever. But it's a stock bumper. This truck's got a 6-inch lift. I think it's ready for some off-road type bumpers. So we're starting in the rear here. Because again, just because I found this bumper and really surprised by the price. I will link this bumper so you guys can check it out and look at it for yourself, but should be a good bumper. Once I get it fitted up here, I'm gonna open up the box here. I'm gonna take a look, see what we got. Okay, so here it is out of the box. Looked it over, pretty good, and I don't see any kind of shipping damage or anything, so looks like they packed it pretty darn good. You can see it's got a pretty good shape to it. I think one of the best looking off-road bumpers on the market right now, I think. These are actually inserts that you can pull out from the back side. And the pictures, they have lights in there. I'm not sure how I can get that done, but we'll have to see what we can do on that. It does have the holes for the parking sensors, which I don't have. I think they have plugs though. Hopefully they have some plugs. Sure, I can find something that'll plug them up, no big deal. You can see all the kind of angles this has, which is really neat. If I was to build something like this, it would take me quite a while to get all these angles in there. But it's got this like powder coating that has like a wrinkle finish on it. So we'll see how that works out. It's got a spot for your license plate, some license plate lights. And according to my gauge, it's 1/8 inch steel. 1/8 inch is the steel thickness. The mounts are 1/4 inch, looks like. So they got some beefy mounts for this thing. Is this as strong as like one of those $1,500 plus off-road bumpers? I don't know, guys, probably not. Is it stronger than the factory bumper? I think it's going to be a lot stronger than a factory piece. So in the box you get mounts. These will bolt up to a 1500 Chevy frame, 2007 to 2018, I believe, is what this is for. It also comes with 2 different mounts for the trailer plug. This is the older style that just spun on. It was just one plug. This one here is the dual one where they have the 7-pin and the 4-pin, I think. So you got 2 different options for that. This is the spare tire tube. I won't be using that. I don't have a spare tire anyway. Here's the, hopefully plugs, and then looks like gaskets for the parking sensors, I guess, looks like. And then a whole bag of bolts to bolt everything on. So that's what you get in the box, guys. Like I said, really neat bumper, and I'm pretty excited to get this thing on the truck. I gotta pull my old bumper off. Of course, I gotta get all that stuff off my tailgate now, but gotta pull the old bumper off. I think it's like 3 or 4 bolts on each frame rail. Bumper should slide right out. I got some lights attached to it. Probably have to clip the wires for now. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. Also gotta figure out how I'm gonna hold this thing up and get some custom mounts made. This is not a light duty bumper. I don't know what it weighs, but I'm sure it weighs a good bit. So I'll have to figure something out. Okay, so there's the bumper, guys, and you can see, you couldn't see it with it on the truck, but look at the rust on this thing. This is not a factory bumper. I bought this brand new. It's an aftermarket bumper. It wasn't a cheap one, and this was the primed bumper, and then I painted it. But you can see, look at this paint just flaking off, and it's not my paint that is given up. It looks like the primer that they had is given up because of, you know, all the salt and everything they're throwing on the roads is just destroying everything. Metal. It's a real shame, guys. It makes me sick every time I look at this stuff. Watching my truck slowly be destroyed. But anyway, got the bumper off, and this is a mess back here. I need to clean this up. I need to get some wire loom out, some zip ties, and clean this up before I put this bumper up there for good. But craziest thing, guys, is these brackets that they sent for the 1500. All the holes are lining up. This thing's gonna bolt right onto the frame. I don't know if it's gonna be in the right spot, but these brackets are gonna bolt right up. So all the holes are lining up. I'm shocked, a little baffled that these holes on this thing is lining up, but I don't know. I'll stick some bolts in it, stick it up there, and see how she lines up, I guess. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so I got my brackets loosely bolted on the frame, and from what I can see, it looks like it's going to be too low to be able to use these brackets. I was kind of wishful thinking, thought it was going to go on, but I think it's too low. So probably going to have to do something to raise these brackets up, but I'm going to set the bumper up there, kind of see, hopefully get a gauge on what I need to do. I'm not going to let you watch me struggle here, because I am going to struggle for a little bit, but I'm going to set it up there, kind of see what needs to be modified. So there it is, first look at mock-up. That looks really good, guys. That looks so good. This is going to be a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Thought I was going to have to make some custom mounts, or I was going to use a set of 2500 mounts and cut them up and kind of modify it, but I'm going to be able to modify the brackets that were sent with this bumper. So that's going to make it a lot easier. It's sitting about where I want it. It might be slightly lower than the other bumper, but I think it's going to be all right. I think you can see more of this there, but I think if I just go in there and kind of black that out, it'll be fine. My tailgate light is under there, so I don't really want to block that. I was a little worried my big hitch down there would look funny. I was hoping it wouldn't hang down too low. You can see it doesn't hang down too low. I think the bumper gets nice and thick there, so it kind of compensates for it. It probably would look a lot better without that big hitch, but I got a big 2500 HD truck. I want a big hitch so I can tow safely. So I don't really want to remove that. I was kind of thinking it would be cool to mount a winch back there and have the fair lead right here sticking out. That might be a future project. I think that would be cool because there's a little bit of space there. One more issue I'm going to have is the trailer plug bolts right there. Well, you can see the big hitches there, so I can't really bolt that there, so I got to figure out somewhere for that to go. I kind of wish they would have just kind of stamped it right there or something, but I understand why they did what they did. They did what they did so this bumper would fit a lot of years. If they stamped the old style plug in there, they wouldn't be able to sell it to fit a newer style. So I understand why they did that. They're trying to make this fit a lot of years, and it does fit a lot of years. It's probably why it's cheaper too, because like I said, it's a fairly cheap bumper when you compare it to other off-road bumpers. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure something out. It'll all work out here. Right now, I'm going to pull it back off. I'm going to do the modifications to the brackets on the frame. I'll show you what I do. Like I said, it ain't going to be much, and it ain't going to be very hard. I'm going to knock that out here, and then I'll start get it painted, so tomorrow I can bolt this thing up for good. So, real happy, guys. This thing is going to be awesome, I think. I can't wait. So here's my modified brackets, guys. You can see I had to add this piece here, drill a hole here, kind of gusseted it right here. So that's what I did to get it to work. Gonna throw some paint on these, and hopefully tonight or tomorrow they'll be ready to bolt on, but should work out. I like it. I think it worked out real good. I'm real happy. Okay, so they're all painted up. Painted at least on the area that was bare metal, and then where I either burnt or ground off the paint. So they're ready to be bolted back on. I got to clean up my wiring behind that bumper. I hate leaving wiring like that, so I'm going to loom it up, zip tie it up, get it all cleaned up, then we'll get these brackets bolted on. Okay guys, so I got my wiring cleaned up, ready to put my bumper up there. I did put my plugs, these are the parking sensor plugs, in place. This is just going to be easier to do it right here. And as I was doing that, I noticed they have light brackets right here. So I take this screen out. There's looks like 3 bolts that hold the screen on. You take that out and I can replace it with a light. So I'll have to get me some light pods, because that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a light in there. But I'm ready to put this up here for the last time. Everything should fit. Got my brackets all painted, done. I've got some tape up here. I had that up there before. I didn't show you guys, but I should have. This box is not pristine condition, but I don't want to make it look worse with a bunch of scratches all over here. So just put some tape up there, a couple layers of it, and that'll keep me from damaging it and making it look even worse. So I'm going to stick this up there, get some bolts started, get it all leveled up. Hopefully next time I come back here, I'll have it all bolted up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, there we go, guys. Got her bolted on. Everything's pretty much tidied up. So, I mean, it fits really good. I think it fits better than the bumper that was on it. You can see it kind of tucks up. It angles and tucks up against the body. The original bumper kind of stuck out a little bit, but I like how this is working. I don't have my trailer plug figured out. I do have the license plate light, so I'm legal. So I don't really like that. It's not LED. I'm gonna have to probably change that. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with my trailer plug. Thought about going down here with it. I'd like to go right there with it, but I don't know if there's enough room to put one there or not. I'd have to get one and measure it. But I'm not going to be pulling trailers right now anyway. I don't usually do much of that in the winter. So I got a little time to figure that out. And my lights. I don't know what I'm doing there. I'll probably have to order something, some pods to go in there. And then we'll have to figure out the wiring. I already got the wires ready to be connected to. So I guess, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll probably post some pics or outside pics of this at the end of this video. So I guess I'll see you guys.